Good morning, everyone. I realize it's been a while. There's been a lot going on. I don't think there was snow on the ground last time I filmed anything. But figure you don't deserve, but I figure I ought to talk a little bit about why it's been, 6 weeks or something since my last post. Just a lot going on. It's been very busy. A lot of the news has not been good, and I don't like making videos that are all bad news. I try not to. I really do. I am unsuccessful too often, but that's the way that projects like this sometimes go. So I am moving forward, trying to stay positive, and I think, briefly describe some of the stuff that's been going on recently. Tucked under here, as you recall perhaps from previous videos, we've got our panel of meter sockets there, 2 for the house, 1 for the barn, and so they are connected. Eversource finally came out here. We have the box. That is the transformer down the end of the street. That was successful. It took them a couple of days because reasons. Again, another reason that video didn't get shot, but it was a little more complicated than it needed to be. Anyway, we've got it. It's working. So we have power. We also have a little loop of cable there. That is low voltage. That is from our internet provider. So we have internet and power over at the house. So that is fantastic. We have water turned on. That was also a multi-day episode. But we finally do have our well working again. And we have water in the house. So some big milestones have happened. The old telephone pole is still here. I thought that was supposed to come out, but apparently Eversource is done, and so I'll be either pulling that or just cutting it down and burying it or something. But that is to come. Oh, the electrician is here bright and early, doing some work. I'm probably parked in his way. Hopefully that won't be a big deal. Out front, you can just see before he parks, we've got a lamp post and some really ugly handrails on the front there, just like the ugly ones on the side. They're temporary. We're going to be taking those out as soon as we can, probably in the spring, but they'll get us our occupancy permit until then. And the lights, exterior lights, need to go on. Hopefully they're working on those today. That is required for our occupancy permit as well. What else has been going on? So one of the things that is still unresolved, hopefully to be resolved next week, is we've had a lot of water because our temperatures have been kind of fluctuating wildly. So a lot of melting. You can see kind of the tracks in the snow over here. That's just weeping water coming up from a high water table there. And it sits right where the well is and where all the electrical conduit that comes into the house is. So as the electrical conduit is getting soaked with water, it is leaking somewhere, and it goes into the basement right here. And wouldn't you know it, we're getting water into the electrical conduit in the basement, through, like a pipe. Like the faucet is turned on. Some days it's barely dripping, some days it is actively running, and it's been frustrating to have power, but also know that we have a major issue that we have to resolve at the same time. So I put some gutter. I thought maybe it was the downspout dumping right here. It had nothing to do with it. it's really all about standing water that we kind of trenched through here, and there's a break. You know, something didn't get glued right or sealed right. The sweeps at the panels are metal, and then they transition with a thread to plastic, and they probably didn't get taped or gooped or something, and it's probably happening right out there. And then filling the groundwater pressure is filling it all up. The other weird thing that's happening is it's coming up. There was a boulder basically into the driveway here, so we had to kind of come up and over, and then it ran down this last 20 feet or so across into the house, which is a big time no-no. So we've got that issue, but you can see the post, lamp post, the light will be going on right there. Everything else in wood there is gonna get removed after we get our CO, and light will be going on there and some lights on the back. But other than that, I think the electrical outside is wrapped, other than like speaker wires and stuff like that I will do in the spring. We got an outlet even tucked into the corner there that we'll probably paint at some point. But let me get inside and show you what's been going on in there as well. There's been a lot of action, but also some frustrations in there as well. So I'll break that into a second video for you guys, and I'll try to do better about keeping up with the latest as we move forward here. All right, see you in the next one.